All right, so I just wanted to take you through a walk of what happened to Building 21 here, and you can see behind me now, here is the tragedy that occurred about a week ago, and it was on a Sunday. Mistake made. They were actually doing renovations to make it a better place for students, and just a spark had kind of created a fire, and this is what we're left with. So across from CrossFit, this is what we get to see as a backdrop. Every day it's tragedy, horrible, and that is why this video is coming out to you. Like I said, we have a lot of, I think they're improvements, honestly, in some ways, and like I said, a lot of the things that we were doing already were in progress well before this, but the needs go up, and we need your help. So we would just hope that you would consider maybe stepping up the game with us, and if you've been a sponsor in the past and haven't been as most recently, we would just ask that you'd reconsider doing something for this year, and we're sorry if we are maybe a bug sometimes, but we see that the students, they love it, they're benefited by it, and they desire to be here. And I think that's a huge thing in our culture, that commitment the students are making is not normal. You know, they are showing up, they're doing the work, and they're disciplined. And so I just am so thankful that people believe in them enough to give them a chance, because actually, all of the students who get a sponsorship would not be here otherwise. There's no way that they would be coming. Either their family doesn't have the means, they're living with a grandma, living with a single mom. You know, it's just, they would not be here, be it not for you. And so we're thankful. We have plenty of teenagers who come because their parents can pay their way, and we have those as members as well. But these students in the Lion Killers program would not be here without you. And on behalf of them, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your sponsorship. It means a lot, and you are not being taken advantage of, and we appreciate that. So just wanted to show you a couple other things. So there's going to be some changes that we have coming up that affect us at Artistic CrossFit in the way that our program, Lion Killers, works with Building 21, being that they have no more facility, and there's going to be some changes in the way that they're doing things. So we have upped our level of involvement, and that would be a portion of some of our ask throughout this video. So what I'd like to do is go over a lot of the changes and go over a lot of the differences that this year will have as opposed to years past. Some of those changes had nothing to do with Building 21 burning down. Some of these changes actually were already in progress before that had happened. So I'm going to try my best to clarify some of those. Please forgive me if this is kind of all over the place and slightly hard to understand, being that we're in our first week after that building burned down. So the head of Building 21, Ben Charteau, and I have been talking a lot this week, being it's the first week. Obviously in shock, a lot of different things happening, and but we're trying to figure out how can we still give the students a experience that is beneficial for them, continues to see them progress and improve in character building and opportunities, believing in themselves, all those different ways. We don't want to change that. We just have to change how we're doing it. So here's an explanation of what we'll be doing. So first changes, we're going to be doing extra days of CrossFit. Normally, the students would have in class one time per week. and that was usually on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. We're going to actually add extra days that they're allowed to do CrossFit now. We're thinking 3 days. Since they don't have the building anymore for Building 21, some of their programs won't be able to run because they needed the space that was set up. So we're going to up our involvement with them and give them a couple extra days that they can come and do CrossFit with us. So that's the first change. We've basically tripled our involvement, going from 1 day to 3 days that they're allowed to do CrossFit. So that's the first change. The second change we're going to do is actually more in-class mentoring. That would actually happen on site here before, but now we're going to move it to in-class. So instead of going into the schools on just Friday afternoon, we're going to be doing probably more of like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in-class mentoring where we go to their classroom, help them with stuff, or go down to lunch, talk to them there, play basketball with them in class or at the school, at the junior high. And so that's a change that we're going to have this year until Building 21 can get their building back and kind of figure out from there how we're going to help out. But so we're increasing days of CrossFit allowed to 3 and also going into the school more frequently to be there for the students. It really has messed a lot of the students up. They are super emotional about it. I mean, we've stripped away a portion of their life through the fire, and they feel it. I had multiple students say they're having trouble sleeping, really struggling with it. And so when I went into the school the other day, was bombarded with hugs and just crying and all these different things happening in school. And so just wanted to give that to you guys to hopefully feel the same burden that we're feeling. We don't want to stop being there for the students, and they are valuing it. So how you've been giving over these last 5 years is paying off. They are not ungrateful. They are so grateful for it. They feel the pain now of a building taken away. And so they've been asking me, can we come to CrossFit more? Can we see you more? Will you come into school more? Will you help us with things in class more? And I said, yes, of course I will. But that adds to the schedule of myself and those who help out with the Lion Killers program. And so we're going to need more assistance. And collectively, as a group, our side and your side being sponsors, we're hoping everyone can step up their game because of this tragedy that had happened with a total loss of the building that we have shared purposes with. So those are some of the changes. What is awesome and was happening well before the fire, but we've been in talks with the principal at the junior high and then at the high school, and we finally got confirmed 8 assembly dates. We already had 1, but we have 8 assembly dates on the schedule. Technically, it's 11, but some of them are actually being done with people from out of state. We decided that it would be better to give a little bit of variety, so there's some people picking those ones up, but we personally are doing 8 assemblies. Now, one of them's in October, one's in November, and then December 11th, we have the opportunity to give away CDs to every student in the junior high and the high school in the Holt district. Now, that is a lot of CDs. That's 4,000 CDs. It's a pretty big budget, what we would need to accomplish it. It's $16,000 is what we need to raise by December 11th would be the date we want to hand them out. So we would need it to print them in time pretty much like the second week of November. So we're asking, if you're able to, this is a huge opportunity. One, has the gospel on the CD, super uplifting music, positive music. It's a way for us to look and accomplish getting the next step to this entire program. Our heart has always been just be there for the students. Give them a positive outlet, a place where they can grow and be challenged. But it was always with the mindset that they would hear who Jesus Christ is. Now, whether that happened through just personal relationship with me and those who volunteer, or this is a really good way. They can get a free album of mine, I Forgot album, that preaches Jesus and who he is and what he is to them, Savior, that he loves them, and that there's hope for them. So we're asking, if you can be a part of getting those CDs for that December 11th assembly, we need $16,000 raised. We've done this before, and I know it's possible. We're asking you, we need this. We need help. We can't accomplish this on our own, but we've not had this opportunity in the last 3 years. We have this opportunity again, And I talked to some students in the high school recently who back a couple years ago, they were in junior high. They still have the CD. They still listen to the CD, they said. And so this is an outstanding way for us to reach out to the community and show them the love of Jesus by giving them a gift right before Christmas. So we're asking for that help, and thank you in advance for you being a part of that. And then another one is Zeke. If you remember Zeke, he's in our update videos. He was born congenital amputee, so he has no arms or legs. And he's been doing CrossFit now. This will be his second year. He did a whole year, did awesome, did outstanding. We thank you for those who helped out in the beginning. It has been amazing watching what he's able to do, what he's willing to do, and his personality and his character are amazing. He's disciplined, he's positive, he changes everybody else's attitude just by being here, so we're always thankful for him to be here. Now, he's going to be able to come 2 times per week. Last year, his dad was only able to get him once. He's actually been coming 2 times per week, and so we would like to make the experience for him an enjoyable one, an effective one, and we have a couple ideas for things that will cost us a little bit more money, being that most of our members don't need special assistance to be able to do the workouts, but for him, we want to make it an even greater experience than it was last year. So we have some ideas that we were throwing around, and it's going to be a bit of a budget. So if you want to give specifically for Zeke's equipment, then feel free to follow up with me and I can kind of tell you through the details of that. I won't put that in this video just because it'll take a while, but if you're interested in that, please follow up with me. It is going to be really cool. So I just wanted to say thank you again. I know this was a longer video. I know there was a lot to go through, but you'll kind of see over the next several weeks, we're going to follow up on all of these because we want to make sure that we hit our goals, getting Zeke accommodated, getting the CDs for the junior high and the high school. So if we follow up a lot, please forgive us. We just want to make sure that we hit those goals. And then being that we're going to be more involved for multiple days, our budget is going to go up because we're going to be seeing more students more frequently. And so that's kind of where we're at. But thank you again in advance for your giving. Thank you for your sponsorships. The students are so thankful and love it. And then if it's your first time sponsoring, we want to say thank you for considering. And then anything you give is just, it makes leaps and bounds in effectiveness. The students have a safe place to come to. They feel so blessed by it, and we're so blessed that you see the benefit to giving to a program that reaches out to students. So thank you again. Have a great day.